Alright, in this video we're going to be installing the Python 3 programming language. Okay, so open up a web browser and navigate to python.org. Once you're at that website, click on Downloads. You don't need to click on any of the menu items. And then down below we're going to download the latest version of Python. And that at this time is 3.8.5. Okay. So it takes you to this page. It talks about some of the new features, right? And you can read through some of that. You scroll down the actual file that we want. It depends on your operating system. Okay, most people are going to want the web-based installer for Windows. You could also do the executable. We're going to do the web-based for Windows. That's the easiest. It automatically downloads what you need and installs it. Okay, so click on that, and this is a 64-bit architecture. Most computers these days are going to be 64-bit. If you know you have an older computer, you'll want to check and make sure you don't have a 32-bit processor. Okay, so that has downloaded. We will execute it. Okay, now this is very, very important. This right here, we want to add Python 3.8 to our path. That basically allows us to use the command line and type Python to execute Python. And we can run our programs from the command line, which is critical for our purposes. Alright, and then install now. Yes. So this looks good. We can just go ahead and close now. Alright, and we can test this out by opening up a command line. You can type cmd.exe, and I have pinned that to my favorites bar. To test if this worked, we can say python -- version, and it lets us know that the latest version is installed. Notice, Python in Windows, the command is just Python. There is no Python 3, as in most Linux or Mac OS installs. Okay, so it's just Python. Pip is a package installation program, Python package manager, and it allows you to install additional software. Okay, so we're going to say pip -- version to make sure that's installed, and it is. So what we want to install is pip install and then pyflakes. This is important. Pyflakes is going to scan your code, and it will tell you if you have any errors. So that's really nice. We're going to integrate that in with our Atom text editor, and what it's going to allow us to do is see errors before we actually run the program, and it's very helpful. Okay. So we can also upgrade pip if we want by just running this. Right? It's not necessary. We could do that at another time. So anyway, we've installed pyflakes, and we can open up Atom, and we can see if this is working now. So in Atom, I have a new untitled document, and I'm going to print the classic hello world. Right, and I'm going to save this file to my desktop, and I'm going to call it hello.py. The extension for Python program should be .py. And as soon as I change the extension, you'll notice it starts colorizing, the text editor starts colorizing my code, which is very handy. It helps you understand what's going on in your code as you type it. Alright, so here in our desktop, we see we have the file, and what I can do is navigate to my desktop from my command line. So the cd command is the same in Linux and Windows, so I can cd into my desktop, right? And then I can run python hello.py, and it prints out hello world. Okay, so we've successfully installed Python, and we've integrated pyflakes in the text editor. So pyflakes, an example of that, I added an extra parentheses here, and pyflakes is what's doing this. It's integrated with the additional package, the linter pyflakes package on Python, and so I have an unmatched parentheses, and it highlights that line and tells me what the mistake likely is. Okay, so that gives you a hint before I run this. So if I were to save this and run this, we'd get an error, but see, it gives me this error, unmatched, but if I would have listened to the linter, I would have seen it beforehand, and then it goes away. So that's what the linter does. So we've successfully installed